My name is Max Godin. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, and my username is 504boy.
So my name is Kelly. I'm originally from Philadelphia, but I just moved to New Orleans during the summer, and my Reddit username is hello!
My name is Sally Roberts. I'm from Hutchinson, Kansas, and my username is NOLA Girl. But I live in New Orleans.
My name is Nicole, and I'm from Oxford in England. Woo!
My name is Courtney. I originally grew up in New Jersey, and I moved to New Orleans in 2004. My current username is Riley's Mom 32.
My name's Lauren. I'm born and raised in New Orleans. I'm gonna keep my Reddit username a little secret.
My name is Brittany. I'm from Mobile, but I live in New Orleans.
My name is Holly Griffith. I'm originally from Lake Charles, Louisiana, and my Reddit username is Absolute Space Girl.
Reddit is basically like a huge community and news aggregator that can be incredibly juvenile and sophisticated at the same time.
Reddit is a site that's users generate the content of it, and you can also fix it up to fit you. You're the one that's curating it. You're picking the subreddits that you are interested in, and you can kind of pick and choose and get it so it's the things that you're the most interested in.
Yeah, I started using Reddit once Dig started being really terrible.
I used Reddit after a friend told me about it, and I've been wasting time on it ever since. I use it for many reasons. I hop around a lot of different subreddits, including the New Orleans subreddit.
My daughter kept mentioning Reddit for a while, but I think I really kind of started getting interest when she did a Christmas gift exchange.
I actually had a friend of mine who was pretty active. So like started off as like the small Reddits, like New Orleans subreddits and local communities and stuff. He had like little meetups and whatever, and then I met them through that, and I got more and more involved and pretty active on the boards. And then when we met, she saw my activity, I guess, on it. That's when she kind of jumped on.
I've heard about Reddit. I'm not a user myself, but after this, I'm definitely going to be. It seems right up my street, stories which people upload and stuff, and they seem very short and minimal, which is good for me because I have a very small attention span.
I started using Reddit because Lauren introduced it to me. We actually did a Reddit meetup with several of the local Redditors, and after that I started using it a lot more frequently, and it's become more of a tool for me to go to different subreddits, like our paleo or things like that, because I'm big into cooking and health and fitness. So I use a lot of those so I'm not Googling all these blogs all the time, to kind of streamline my using on the internet instead of wasting time.
I really started doing Reddit whenever I knew I was moving to New Orleans, and I started coming to our New Orleans and asking the people in our New Orleans, where's a good neighborhood to live? What are good places to hang out? Help me out. I'm moving to this new city. What should I know, basically?
I think the most useful thing that came out of our New Orleans was I was really bored one day, and it happened to be a Friday, and the next day, or I guess this festival was running through the whole weekend, and I checked our New Orleans, and it was the seafood festival, and someone posted about it. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go check it out, and it was fucking delicious. So thank you, person who posted that.
I think it's pretty relevant. I use things that I read all the time, as in daily conversations, like the history blog, let's see, Ask Historians. Sometimes they use that in reference, to different historical or political conversations.
The Obama AMA was huge. It was the first one, rather. It was good to kind of see that not just normal people, are on it. It's active by world leaders or famous actors, whoever. And it's almost like you post something, you're kind of hoping that he replies just to your thing, just because it's almost like a direct conversation. So that's was always interesting for me.
I think the one that I can recall most recently was in Turkey when they started with the bombings and with the protesting, and it was on the front page and people were reporting live as it was happening. I think to me, that was the post that stuck with me the most recently, as far as like I could connect and like know what was going on at that time. Whereas in local news, they weren't talking anything about it. They were just ignoring it, like it wasn't even happening.
So I don't know how the post started, or I think it was somebody's personal story, but as it progressed, they were talking more and more about male sexual abuse, and whether they were drunk or whether they were young, and I was pretty amazed at the personal stories and the volume of personal stories that were being told on Reddit. I thought, okay, this is underreported everywhere then, you know. So that one really kind of changed the way that I saw the whole issue, especially with like drinking and sex after drinking, and just the whole male perspective on it was something that I hadn't really come across before in this way. And so I ended up reading virtually everything, all the posts on that. It was back and forth from a lot of sides on it.
I guess when I first started Reddit, I visualized that people were not, they were more computer geeky, more gamers and people who are constantly on the internet. But then after meeting some of our local Redditors, I realized there are people like me that have jobs and, they're active, like they're not necessarily behind the computer all day, but it gives them more of a voice for what they're talking about.
It depends on what the comment looks like. I mean, if it's very like witty and smart and something that I would have thought of, but if I would have been on Reddit like when it was exactly posted, I think maybe they look like the average person, but they dress better, maybe. I don't know. Or they have a fedora. I'm kind of torn. It depends on the comment.
I think in my mind that I usually try to remind myself that it's somebody probably a lot younger than I am on there. I think probably I'm assuming first off that it's a male.
A Redditor tends to be about 5'4", wear skinny jeans, sometimes have a mustache.
Subreddits are sloths, are cringe pics.
I really like Ask a Historian, the science ones on that.
Space, obviously, working at NASA, I'm into space, so I check that subreddit a lot. So it's not just, it's pretty much whatever you're interested in, you can go to Reddit and find it there.
New Orleans, definitely. And then, like we already plugged, obviously, paleo. I ride a road bicycle, so that's our bicycling, kayaking, a lot of outdoor activities and stuff that we're interested in.
Our lab rats don't make fun of me.
Yeah, I have entrepreneur, startup, New Orleans, Tales from Your Server, Kitchen Confidential, which are both restaurant related and relate to my company.
Reddit in one word. Metadata. I don't know.
Addictive?
Can I use 2 words? Time wasting.
Community, I guess.
Time suck.
Guess I would describe Reddit as the internet, as horribly cliche as that is, but it's the entire internet, and that's one word.